Hello everybody, today I'm going to be going over an eyeshadow, not tutorial, but how I apply it, how to apply it for beginners. So if you're a beginner on my channel, I first and foremost, I kind of want to apologize because I've done tutorials before, and of course I tell you where I'm placing the eyeshadows, but I really didn't take the time to think about people that really don't know how to apply eyeshadow, because I gotta tell you, this last year has been a journey for me. I've looked at pictures before, and you can probably even see it. I was a hot mess when it came to applying eyeshadow, and I mean a hot mess. Like, it was no bueno whatsoever. So I felt like it was the appropriate time to go ahead and release this video for everybody that needs to learn how to apply eyeshadows, where to apply the eyeshadows. I will go ahead and go over all of that with you guys in the video. So I hope this is beneficial to you guys. Enjoy it. You guys learn from it. You guys embrace the eyeshadow art that we all love. So the first thing that you want to start off when applying any type of eyeshadow, you want to prime your lid just to keep any creasing from happening, and also to keep the eyeshadow on. So today I'm going to be using the Essence I Love Stage Primer. This is just a type of skin tone eyeshadow primer. You can use a clear one, you can use a white one such as the NYX Jumbo Pencil. I use that a lot when it comes to using very vibrant colors. I feel like the white underneath picks up the color a lot better. What you're going to go ahead and do is just apply this to your eyelid as so. So you just get it like this, and then go to your other eye, and then you are set. So you want to go ahead and apply this to your lid. Now you can use a brush, or you can just use your finger. I always just use my finger to go ahead and blend it out. I'm going to be blending it out all the way up into my brows, but you just go ahead and blend that out. And I'm doing patting motions. Now, like I said, you can go ahead and use a brush if you feel more comfortable using a brush, but I just always use my finger. Okay, now that we've applied our primer, the good thing about this primer is it doesn't take a long time to dry. So the way I start off with, now you can go ahead and mix and match, do whatever it is that you want to do on your eyeshadow, but I have 4 steps to my eyeshadow process. So first, taking our transition shade. I always have a transition shade that is a matte shade, either a brown or a type of grayish undertone, a mauve color, depending on the look that I have. I always go for a matte transition color, which would be the transition color is going right above your crease. The crease is this part of your eye, right above your eyelid. So right here is where your crease will be, and that is your transition color. The transition color is pretty much separating the lid color to your brow bone color, because you don't want any harsh line in between there. So I'm going to be taking a E25 brush, which is a brush that I use. If you watch my tutorials before, I use this brush like for everything. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to get this color right here. This is the first time that I'm using my Bobbi Brown shadows. I got these from Mother's Day, but this one right here is Hot Stone. And then pat that in, and then tapping off any excess. Any excess is any shadow that's really buttery, usually has a lot of excess just because it's so creamy and buttery. So you want to go ahead and make sure to tap any of that off, so when you do apply it on your eyelid, it's not, falling out onto your foundation. So we're going to go ahead and apply this to the transition shade, as the transition shade. So like I said, this will be our transition shade right above our lid. We're going to go ahead and apply it like this. And went ahead and applied that, focusing on the blending. Even though this is not the end of our blending, we want to go ahead and make sure that that transition shade is blended out. That's blended out, we're going to go ahead to our next eye, same area. We're going to go ahead and take that Hot Stone and apply that to the same part of our eye. So right above our lid, and then we're just going to go ahead and blend that out. If you feel like you've made the transition shade a little bit higher than what you actually want it to be, you can go ahead and bring that down a little bit by just going like this with your brush. I'm moving in downward motions, just so I know that, okay, you don't need to go any higher than that. That's the end of it. From here, I'm going to go ahead and blend that on out. We're going to go ahead and go back and then just make sure that it's blended out as high as the other one is. We want to go ahead and make sure that everything is even. We don't want one eye looking different from another. Okay, so there is that. That is our transition shade and that we applied to our crease. Now from there, I go ahead and apply my lid color. Today I'm going to be using Expensive Pink by MAC, which is just this coppery pinkish bronzy color. We're going to go ahead and get a flat brush when applying the lid. I always use a type of shimmery, either a pigment or an eyeshadow or even a cream eyeshadow on my lid. I have used mattes before, especially when doing like a smoky eye, but I always prefer to have a little bit of sparkle on my lid, so I always apply something shimmery. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this Up and Up brush, which is not a complete flat brush. It is kind of tapered at the top, and it is a little bit fluffy. It's a perfect size for applying this to your lid. So we're going to go ahead and tap that on, and then we're going to go ahead and tap anything off, and then we're going to go ahead and apply this to our lid, starting off with the inner part of our eye and then working our way outwards. So I'm just getting it and then patting it on. I want to go ahead and make sure I focus only on my lid. I do not want to get this color into our transition shade because that'll just defeat the purpose of why we even put a transition shade. So we're going to go ahead and get that, patting it, and then going more inward. And then we're going to go ahead and bring it outwards like this. I'm only patting, I am not blending, and I'm not swiping my brush. Now we're going to go ahead and go in with the second coat just to make that color a little bit more vibrant. And we're going to go ahead and do the same motions, just patting, like so. So now we have our lid color on. We're going to go ahead and go to the next. Same motions that we were doing with the first one, just patting that onto our lid. Okay, so now that we have applied the lid color and we already have the transition color, what I'm going to go ahead and do is take the E25 brush once again, and I'm going to go ahead and blend in that lid color to the transition color with no product on my brush whatsoever. I'm just taking that and making sure that everything blends in. Blending in will just make a perfect airbrush look on your eyes, because the last thing that you want on any eyeshadow look is to have any harsh lines. So we want to go ahead and make sure that we're just constantly blending in. After every step that we take, we want to go ahead and make sure that we just blend. So here I am, just still blending in the transition shade to the lid color. I'm not taking the lid color up into the crease whatsoever. I'm actually taking that crease color, as you can see, and bringing it down a bit, because we don't want shimmer on our crease. So we're just going like this, and then I'm taking windshield wiper motions and then just blending that out like so. Now for our outer V. The outer V of your eye is going from the outer corner of your eye and bringing it upwards a little bit into your crease, not taking it over here, not taking it onto the lid more than just about this, you know, part right here. Today I'm actually going to be using a burgundy color, which is another Bobbi Brown color, and that is in Cognac, which is this one right here. I usually always do my outer V in a matte shade just because I feel like it just gives it a perfect look, and because I really want to focus onto the lid color, which is usually always shimmery. But today I'm going to go ahead and apply this just because it's not so shimmery. It's more of like a satin finish. I feel like it's just the right amount to balance everything out. So I'm going to be taking my trusty E25 brush. I'm going to be taking that Cognac color, and I will show you how to apply the outer V. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start off right here in the outer part of our eye, like so. And you want to go ahead and make sure to work very, very slowly, because you just don't want any really harsh colors, because since you already have your lid color on and your transition shade, we want to go ahead and make sure we're not canceling out any of those colors. and that we just get the right pigmentation that we need in the outer V. As you can see, I'm more of stippling motion than any blending or patting. I'm stippling that color onto the outer V. Then I'm bringing it up a little bit but to the crease, and then over here onto the lid, but barely tapping it on. And as you can see, it gives it more depth to your eye. It gives it a lot more pizzazz to the eye by adding an outer V color. So we're going to go ahead and take that and then just blend that out just to where you put the outer V color. We don't want to go over here into the crease because we didn't add any of this color into the crease over here on the inner part of our eyes. We don't want to go over there. I'm actually just blending that out very lightly with a very light hand up into the crease so that we can get the right color that we need. And I do have to say, these Bobbi Brown eyeshadows, oh my gosh, I'm so impressed. Like I said, this is my first time using them, and they are a dream to work with. I'm so excited. So we're going to go ahead and get that same area on the other eye. We're going to go ahead and work very slowly with stippling motions. And then we're going to go ahead and bring that up a little bit. If you want to move your brush, you can, just to get the right amount of pigmentation up here. And we want to go ahead and stipple that up a little bit. Go on up. And then we want to go ahead and blend that out. You can use a pencil brush. I just always use this E25 brush because I use it so much. I know how to do pretty much anything with it. But you can definitely use a pencil brush if that's something that you guys are more comfortable with, and it's more of a precise angle that you guys need. Okay, but there's that outer V color right there. So I'm really liking this look so far. I'm really happy with everything that we have. So the last step that we're going to go ahead and do, well, not the last step, but the last eyeshadow step, is we're going to take just a flat brush, a type of rounded brush that you see. There's a million brushes that you can use to highlight your brow bone. The purpose of highlighting your brow bone is to go ahead and lift up your eye a little bit. This one right here is in bone. I wanted banana, but they didn't have it. So this is bone right here. We're going to go ahead and take that with the brush, and we're just going to go ahead and go right underneath our brow bone. We're going to go ahead and start right here where the angle is at in your brow, and then we're going to go ahead and bring that up and then inwards. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do the other one. This is probably the easiest step of the eyeshadow process. If you want to apply a little bit more just to get a little bit more color, there we go. Now, not taking the E25 brush, we're actually going to just be taking a big blending brush. This is one that I use all the time. This is a Sonia Kashuk one that was from one of her sets. You can definitely use anything that is similar to that. But today we're going to be getting the brow bone color and our crease color, and we're going to be focusing on blending that out. Our lid is perfectly fine. We've blended out as much as we needed to on our lid. So right now we're just focusing on the upper part of our eye. So we're going to go ahead and in circular motion, I'm going to kind of bring the crease up a little bit. I have no product on my brush whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and bring that crease up a little bit up into the brow bone, and then we're going to go ahead and just do windshield wiper motions when it comes to the inner part. But when you have more space up here, we want to go ahead and do circular motions right there. Now we're going to go ahead and take this part as well, this eye. So circular motions, bringing that crease up just a little bit. Like I said, no further product whatsoever. And then right here, we want to go ahead and use windshield wiper motions because we have a less of an area to work with right here. And then this just gives your crease just a perfect finish. Just all about blending. Eyeshadow application is just all about blending, and I love it because you can always go back if you feel like, okay, I need to blend a little bit more right here. All you do is just take your brush and blend a little bit more. It is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and take that E25 again. I still have no product whatsoever, but I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out because I feel like it's a little bit too harsh right here. And as you can see, just taking that product, it's just giving it another type of a look. So I'm going to go ahead and do that same part. I want to go ahead and just bring this crease up color just a little bit right here. Okay, and it seems like we're done with our eyeshadow look. And then today, we're not going to be doing any eyeliner, any winged eyeliner or anything like that. I just wanted to keep this look very simple. And I felt like it was a perfect summertime look with like the expensive pink and like the plums and everything. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys learned something from it. It's very, very easy applying eyeshadow. I cannot say that it's always been easy for me. It has been a mission. I promise you it's been a mission. So, hopefully I taught you guys something. Yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. Until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.